The strangest thing about this 3,500-year-old chair is not the wood. It is the seat. The woven linen cord is still original. Found at Hatnefer's tomb, its low scale, skilled joinery, and protective symbols show why this household object mattered beyond simple sitting. The chair dates to the early 18th dynasty, around 1491 to 1473 BC. It is associated with Hatnefer, the mother of Senenmut, one of the best-known officials of Hatshepsut's reign. In 1936, an archaeological expedition discovered Hatnefer's undisturbed rock-cut tomb on a hillside at Sheikh Abd el-Qurna in Thebes, below Senenmut's tomb chapel, TT 71. But one detail matters. The chair was not found inside the burial chamber. It was found outside in front of the tomb entrance. We know that location. We do not know exactly why the chair was left there. At first glance, the chair looks surprisingly small. It is about 53 centimeters high, 50 centimeters wide, and 42 centimeters deep. The seat is only 24.5 centimeters above the ground. The official record identifies that woven linen cord seat as original. The wooden frame combines boxwood, cypress, and ebony. Now look at how it was built. The wooden elements were fitted together with Mortise-and-tenon joints. Pegs locked the tenons in place. More pegs attached braces to the back and seat, and resinous glue reinforced the joins. In other words, this was not a crude stool assembled from a few boards. It was the work of highly skilled cabinet makers who understood how to make a light wooden structure strong. The different woods also mattered visually. Darker and lighter elements create contrast in the openwork back. That brings your eye to the most unusual feature, a row of figures and symbols built into the chair itself. At the center is Bes, a deity associated with protecting the home. On either side are tit amulets, closely connected with the goddess Isis, and djed pillars, symbols of stability and endurance. Curators identify this row as protective imagery. It turns the back of the chair into more than decoration. But does that tell us exactly what Hatnefer personally thought these symbols would do? We cannot know that for certain. What we can say is that the chair combines practical engineering with imagery connected to protection, stability, and well-being. That combination is the first clue that this was not simply the cheapest place to sit. Its size gives us another clue. Egyptian tomb scenes often show elite couples seated side by side on full-size chairs during offering scenes. Banquet scenes, however, frequently show women seated on lower chairs similar in scale to Hatnefer's. That comparison supports interpreting this object within a known type of low seating used by women. But it does not prove that Hatnefer sat on this chair at a banquet, or even tell us which room it once stood in. Ancient images show patterns of use, not a diary of this particular object. There is another reason to take this chair seriously as household furniture. Curatorial research on 18th dynasty burials notes that many objects placed in graves were not made specifically for burial. They had first belonged to the world of the living. Hatnefer's burial context preserved many personal and household possessions, including large quantities of linen stored in wooden chests, along with containers, baskets, food, and other belongings. The chair belongs to that wider material world, and that changes how we read it. Today, furniture can feel disposable. A chair is something we replace when it breaks or when fashion changes. In ancient Egypt, high-quality furniture required skilled labor and valuable wood, and furniture-quality wood was rare in the Nile Valley. A well-made chair could therefore be a significant possession. A modern curatorial interpretation describes Hatnefer's chair as a luxury item typical of its period in form and construction. Still, there are limits to what the archaeology can tell us. No surviving label says who made the chair. We cannot prove when Hatnefer acquired it, whether it was commissioned especially for her, whether it was inherited, or how many years it was used. We should also resist turning the burial context into a scene we can replay like a movie. The excavation tells us where objects were found. It does not record the conversations, emotions, or exact decisions that placed them there. What it does preserve is evidence. The low seat places the chair within a recognizable furniture type. The Mortise-and-tenon construction, pegs, braces, and glue reveal sophisticated woodworking. The combination of woods points to quality. The original linen cord preserves a fiber component of the ancient object itself, and the best figure, tit amulets and djed pillars show that protective imagery was built directly into its design. So why give a household chair this much care? Because in Hatnefer's world, a chair could be more than a tool. It could be skilled craftsmanship, a valuable possession, part of the material setting of daily life, and a surface for protective imagery. Hatnefer's chair does not let us reconstruct every moment of her life. It gives us something more reliable, the physical choices preserved around her. 3.5 millennia later, the most moving part may still be the simplest one. The wood survives, the joints survive, the protective figures survive, and even the woven seat survives. We cannot prove that Hatnefer sat here on any particular day, but we can see the kind of object that belonged to her world, made carefully enough to matter, and preserved closely enough to bring that world within reach.